Hello there, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel, Boomy Reactions. My name is Boomy, and thank you for watching. Now today, guys, we have another history video that I'd like to watch along with you. So this video has been requested through Buy Me Coffee, and the request has come all the way from Finland. So this is anonymous. I'm not shouting this one out, but you know who you are, my lovely. And thank you so much for your support, and thank you for requesting this video. So this is, I've Googled how to pronounce this name. So this video is called The Story of Wojtek, the Polish military bear. Right, Wojtek. I've said that right, guys. You know me. I would have said Wojtek, but I did give it a quick Google to just to see how you pronounce this name. So it's Wojtek, and he is the Polish military bear. What on earth? Poland, you have bears in your military, or you have done. That sounds absolutely bananas. Now, I know Nick the Fat Electrician has done a video on Wojtek, so I was a little bit torn, but this is the video that's been requested. So this is from Weird History, which is another channel that I very much enjoy. So we might have to catch up with maybe Nick's version of the story a little, like another time. So let's crack on with the story, guys. You know what I'm like. I'll be here talking for another 10 minutes. And guys, if you are enjoying these reactions, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much. If you're interested, I have a Buy Me a Coffee account. That link is over here. And if you would like to help support my channel any further, I have a Patreon account. And if you want to check that out at all, that link is just there in the description below. Right, okay, the story of Wojtek.
In 1942, a band of Polish soldiers recently released from prisons and work camps stumbled upon an unlikely mascot, a brown bear cub. Enamored with his antics and friendly personality, the troops took on the cub as one of their own. The bear grew and the war progressed. As the men ventured into combat, Wojtek the military bear served right by their sides, distinguishing himself enough to become an official part of the Polish military forces.
No! Made up. It couldn't have been made up. We've actually got evidence in here. Guys, you know I'm so vulnerable. But vulnerable. I'm not vulnerable. I'm gullible. Don't tell me this is like an April Fool's, because I'll believe it. You know what I'm like? I'm very, very gullible.
Today on Weird History, we're going to find out about Wojtek, the bear who went to war. But before we get started, take a minute to subscribe to the Weird History channel and let us know which crazy historic animals you would like to hear about. Now let's crawl out of hibernation and head back to World War II.
Bear soldier. I hope he's okay.
On September 1st of 1939, Poland was invaded by German military forces from the north and from the west. On September 17th, Poland was invaded by Soviet forces from the east. As a result of the invasions, more than 400,000 Polish prisoners were sent to work camps in Siberia. This double whammy on Poland was made possible by the German-Soviet Non-Aggression Pact, a pact which fell apart when Hitler directed German forces to invade the Soviet Union in 1941. Not one to take a double cross very well, Stalin ordered Soviet troops to release those same Polish soldiers taken prisoner a few years earlier to join the fight against Germany. As these Polish troops made their way out of Siberia and into Iran, they met a young shepherd. The shepherd carried with him a sack, and in that sack he kept a Syrian brown bear cub.
He kept a cub! Is that how he carried him around? Like a papoose, like a little baby carrier, like on his back or on his chest? Oh, that's adorable.
Carrying around your Shih Tzu in a purse seemed kind of lame, doesn't it? The bear was an orphan. His mother had been killed by hunters. The playful spirit of the cub won the troops over, and they made a trade with the shepherd. The newly adopted bear left his old life to go on an adventure with Polish troopers in World War II.
Oh, but how did the bear cub feel about leaving his, his adoptive papa? This story is just encouraging me. I know I've said a few times, guys, like I am the idiot when seeing animals like this out in the wild. They're cute. I want to pet them. I want to offer them a sandwich. Yeah, I am the idiot that the signs, the people that are warned by the signs, like, just don't feed the wild animals. Just don't approach them. Just generally leave them to it and you'll be fine. It's because of people like me. So this is I feel like this is kind of reinforcing it. It's so cute.
The fighting men gave their new friend the name Wojtek, which means joyful soldier.
Not your
A brown bear in the
typical
ranks of
soldier.
soldiers tends to stick out. A Syrian brown bear is a rather small bear, at least as
Okay.
far as bears
As far
go.
as bears go.
As an
yeah.
adult, they can measure up to 4.5 feet long from nose to tail and weigh up to 550 pounds.
It said feet from nose to tail. That's height-wise, that's shorter than me. I'm only 5 foot tall. So that's quite a little bear, isn't it, really? He's so gorgeous.
Their fur is light brown, closer to the color of straw. The hair between their shoulder blades is often a different shade from the rest of their body, sometimes appearing as a dark stripe. And it is the only bear species known to have white claws. Very
Oh.
stylish, but
Yeah.
boy, do they show dirt.
Oh, yeah, imagine. Hungry as a
The bulk
bear.
of the responsibilities to care for the brown bear cub fell on two men, essentially his adoptive parents, Dimitra Shaluga and Henrik Zakarowicz.
He's got two papas now. This story is made just so much more endearing because the bear's orphaned. So, the initial man that carried him around in the little makeshift papoose, he's taken over the role of a parent for the poor orphan bear.
Henrik, in particular, formed a close bond with the bear. In most of the films and pictures that exist of Wojtek, Henrik can always be seen
He's a
nearby.
celebrity.
Apparently, Wojtek had a helicopter parent. In the wild, a Syrian brown bear eats fruits, berries, seeds, plants, grasses, nuts, grubs, and small mammals. If particularly peckish, he will eat cultivated grains and livestock.
Oh.
The military was ill-equipped to care for a bear cub, so the troops made do with what they had.
Yeah.
Wojtek was initially fed condensed milk from a bottle.
I can't contain the cuteness.
But as he grew, his tastes expanded to include, well, basically anything that was available.
Not beer.
Not a real
Don't you
foodie.
dare
The larger
beer.
Wojtek got, the more bold he became to roam around the camp's kitchen, scrounging up a snack.
He's cheeky.
In the rare moments when his military family wasn't doing military things like packing, moving, working, or fighting, Wojtek was always up for mixing it up with his human friends. Whether Wojtek was entertaining the troops or the troops were entertaining Wojtek is hard to say. In any event, he threw back beers like one of the boys. But Big Top
No, that's naughty. He's too little. You can't feed him beer. I'm sure it was kind of funny, but it's not responsible. Naughty.
talk over beers was not Wojtek's style. He was a bear of action. The larger he grew, the more he enjoyed wrestling. The brown bear loved to roughhouse with men, though
That's
it was
what
a
they do to
rare
play,
soldier
isn't
who
it?
was brave enough to earnestly tussle with Wojtek.
Oh, I just had a thought actually. They've got very sharp claws on the end of those paws. I'm not surprised it, becomes a matter of who is brave enough to take on the bear. Oh my gosh.
No troops ever got seriously injured, but it was common for a wrestling match to end with someone's body getting scratched or someone's clothes getting shredded.
Right.
And that someone was never Wojtek.
Never
Perhaps that's
Wojtek.
why most of the men prefer to watch from the sidelines. As a side note, a friend who urges you to wrestle with a bear may not be your friend.
There is no way that bear is only 4 foot. Oh, no, they said the brown Syrian bear normally grows to 4 foot. Wojtek looks bigger. He looks like if he was standing on his back legs, I would say he's easily 6 foot tall, right? He's got to be. He's a big fella. Wojtek likes to
Wojtek's
party.
behavior was influenced by his peer group, who happened to be war-hardened men with advanced skills in carousing. It's a tough environment for an impressionable young bear. Wojtek adopted their habits and fit right in. He had his own mug that he used to drink beer and wine from, and when it was empty, Wojtek would look mournfully at the cup until it was refilled.
I feel really irresponsible saying this, but it is adorable. It is adorable. He should not be drinking alcohol. That is in no way good for that bear. But he's copying the older kids and he just wants to join in. I can't contain the cuteness.
He also begged for cigarettes, though he insisted someone lit them before he would accept.
No, that is naughty.
Typically, after one puff, Wojtek would swallow it whole.
Oh.
Come to where the flavor is.
There's no flavor. What does that taste like? Just tar. This is naughty.
When the troops arrived in Palestine, they were organized into the 22nd Transport Company, Artillery Division, Polish 2nd Corps.
Okay.
The men, however, would not abandon Wojtek, who was immediately adopted as the company mascot. But it wasn't just a symbolic gesture. Wojtek was part of the team.
Why does Wojtek look smaller in this photo here? Maybe he's younger. And the photo that we saw earlier was when he was fully grown.
One evening, while the camp was asleep, a thief crept into the compound looking for something to steal. Unfortunately for him, he awoke Wojtek, who rose to investigate. With a massive brown bear lumbering towards him, the frightened thief, understandably, forgot he was a thief. He made such a clatter that he woke the troops, and he was quickly apprehended. As a reward for his vigilance, Wojtek was given a bottle of beer. Hey, barkeep, how about a bottle of suds for my furry friend over there?
A chauffeur for the gentleman.
When he was young, Wojtek traveled with the company from site to site in whatever cab of whatever truck had room. But as Wojtek grew, he tipped the scale at 500 pounds, and it was harder to find any vehicle that had room for him to ride shotgun.
Yeah,
so he was upgraded to one of the company's recovery trucks. A recovery truck is like a tow truck, but military-sized and used to move tanks. For Wojtek, it was a traveling home, like an RV built for a bear. He spent his trips lounging on the recovery truck's bed and alleviating his boredom by climbing the crane to get a view of the surroundings.
He is so happy where he is, isn't he? Just lounging, maybe, catches some rays, just sat on the tank there. A professional association.
Wojtek wasn't the only animal who accompanied soldiers in the Second World War, although he likely was the only bear on the battlefield. Some animals, like anti-tank dogs, served grim but useful purposes, while others were brought to battle as a mascot. Whenever he encountered other animals, Wojtek was always friendly. The soldiers of the 22nd Transport Company loved to talk about the encounters between Wojtek and Kasia the monkey and Kirkuk the dog. Two of the
Oh my gosh, this story just leveled up in cuteness. There's a monkey. There's not just a big, friendly, cute looking bear. There is a monkey. There is a dog. I can't contain it. I can't contain the cuteness.
War's most famous animal combatants. Consider them the A-list celebrity animals of the day.
Oh, bear versus scorpion.
Wojtek never suffered a bullet or shrapnel wound, but he did encounter a life-threatening injury. Wojtek was once stung on the nose by a scorpion. Such an injury is often lethal. In fact, his friend Kirkuk the dog succumbed to a scorpion sting. Wojtek's friend Henrik was beside himself. He refused to leave the bear's side, doing all in his power to help nurse Wojtek back to health. For the first day and a half, the situation was critical, and it looked as if Wojtek might not make it. The soldiers feared the worst.
How? I don't imagine medics in the army here are accustomed or equipped to treating animals. I could be wrong. But that's quite the task, isn't it? Oh, poor Wojtek.
But Wojtek fought back and against all odds overcame the scorpion's venom. Within days, he was back to his carousing ways. As the 22nd Transport Company received their assignment and was sent to the Italian battlefront in 1943, Wojtek had to be left behind in Palestine due to regulations that prohibited animals in combat. An active war front is typically not an ideal place for a bear, but Wojtek was not a typical bear. To get around the regulation, Wojtek was officially enlisted in the Polish army. He was even given his own paycheck, rank, and serial number. This helped ensure his participation was recorded, and the world knew under which flag Wojtek served. Though there was confusion and likely a bit of aggravation about transporting a bear to the Italian battlefront, the Polish troops eventually got their way.
What? If they're on a long flight, this is the only downside I can see to Wojtek being on the plane. What happens when Wojtek needs to make toilet? One or two, number one or two. Is he toilet trained in any way? No. Rising to meet the moment.
In Italy, there were a series of fortifications known as the Winter Line. In 1944, the Germans held the western portion of that line, and the Allies determined that breaking through that line near a rocky hill known as Monte Cassino would give them access to the Italian capital of Rome. Atop the hill was an abbey that had been converted into a fearsome stronghold. The abbey ultimately withstood 3 assaults before the Allies drove its inhabitants backwards into Rome. During one of these assaults, Wojtek's pal Henrik, serving as an artillery spotter, pulled forward into battle and had to leave his bear friend behind. Left among the men who armed and manned the guns, Wojtek refused to sit idly by. Mimicking the behavior of the soldiers around him, Wojtek began to lift massive crates of ammunition and carry them towards the cannons, disregarding the gunfire and making himself useful throughout the assault.
Shut up. Shut up. No, really? Really? So cute. Oh, he's copying them. Part of me doesn't want to believe this story because it sounds made up. It sounds not quite like a fairy tale, but it sounds too cutesy. And I'm very gullible. I'm very reluctant to believe it. He's too cute, Wojtek.
By the time Monte Cassino was in the hands of the Allies, more than 70,000 men on both sides had lost their lives. When the chaos of battle settled, the troops were able to rest, and word of Wojtek's exploits spread. His fearless actions and loyalty in battle made him a hero among the 22nd Transport Company. In honor of Wojtek's deeds, the official seal of the 22nd Transport Company was changed to feature Wojtek marching towards cannon fire, a shell in each hand. The logo was then featured prominently on vehicles, uniforms, and the like.
Proudly, prominently and proudly. Post-war.
After the war, the 22nd Transport Company moved to rural Scotland, where they were stationed at an airfield near the village of Hutton. The soldiers Wojtek had spent the previous 3 years following into battle were restationed or sent home. One by one, they came to say goodbye to their furry friend. Wojtek's battle adventures were ending, but his time in the spotlight was just beginning. Word spread that there was a Syrian brown bear nearby, and Wojtek became a local celebrity among the Scottish people. He was profiled in stories, visited by locals, and inducted into local organizations such as the Polish-Scottish Association.
I didn't know that.
In 1947, Wojtek left the military.
Oh, he deserved
Rising
it.
from his initial rank as private, he was discharged as a corporal. He retired to the Edinburgh Zoo. There, he enjoyed a good life as beloved celebrity, doing an occasional interview and appearing on a local children's show from time to time. As the years wore on, Wojtek was never forgotten by his army pals and was visited by Polish soldiers he had served with. As 82-year-old Polish veteran Augustin Karolewski described his reunion with Wojtek, as soon as I mentioned his name, he would sit on his backside and shake his head, wanting a cigarette. Still one of the boys. In the wild, Syrian brown bears live between 20 and 25 years.
Oh, wow.
Wojtek, for all his adventures, lived to a ripe age of 21 and passed away in 1963. So what do you think? Would you want to have a bear in your unit? Let us know in the comments below, and while you're at it, check out some of these other videos from our weird history.
I think Wojtek is one of a kind. You can't apply the rules. You can't apply that to all bears. You know, he's very special, isn't he? He's obviously kind of grown up. He's found himself in very unusual circumstances. And he's been adopted by people, so he's really comfortable around humans. Would I want a bear in my unit? 100%. Is that even a question? Oh, especially when he does like really helpful things like carry crates of ammunition. It's not even a question, is it? That is absolutely adorable. And he makes friends with the other animals that they use on the front lines. That's amazing. How have I not ever heard of Wojtek? Especially since he lived in Scotland. Afterwards, I've never heard of the story of the Syrian bear, the Polish military bear. So thank you so much, Anonymous. Thank you for requesting that video. That has absolutely brightened my day. Oh my gosh, I can't get rid of this smile. Big sweetheart bear. Oh my gosh. Oh, and even afterwards, they've got the bear on like crests and emblems. It's pride. Immortalized. Oh, what an absolute legend. That's so adorable. Thank you so much. That was a pleasure to watch. I have to catch up with the Fat Electricians version sometime soon. Well, my lovelies, I hope you enjoyed watching along with me. Oh, what a cheerful video. Take care of yourselves and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.